You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Vigilantes Radio Live right here on iHeartRadio. And I am your host, Dini. We have a very special guest for you guys, so you definitely want to stick around for that. And as a matter of fact, text your buddies, text your family members, or even share it on social media right now and let them know that we are about to dive deep into another interview. Before I bring my guest on, I do want to say that you have to go beyond your ego. Nothing drains your energy as dependability or wastes your time as surely as the effort you put into maintaining your own sense of self-importance. Just imagine how gloriously free you can be by simply letting go of the need to feed your own ego. Every time you allow your ego to direct your actions, you place limits on what you can achieve and who you can become. Get beyond those concerns of the ego, and things that once seemed prohibitively difficult can become amazingly easy. It's hard to be completely honest with yourself and with others while protecting your own ego. But once you get past the ego, your thoughts and actions become empowered by truth and honesty and are immensely more effective as a result. Get beyond ego, and you get beyond envy, spite, even the need to prove yourself, the need to blame or to carry a grudge. You get beyond a whole lot of useless needs that would only drag you down. So think for a moment about all the limitations you imposed on yourself. Get beyond your ego, and you'll find yourself refreshingly free of them. Take that from me, Coach Dini. That is my word. Are you ready?
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
All right, again, welcome to the show. You're listening to VRL, that's Vigilantes Radio Live, right here on iHeartRadio, and I am your host, Dini. Our interviews are designed to go beyond music, news, books, art, acting, films, technology, education, entrepreneurship, entertainment, and sometimes even past that thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these awesome human beings, you know, the ones that were out there giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. Well, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up for today's incredible guest on Vigilantes Radio. Representing the south side of Chicago, we have Mac Nif, an artist who is redefining the boundaries of hip-hop with his unorthodox style and deep lyrical abilities. From being the first in his family to graduate college, to creating music that speaks to his life experiences, Mac is truly thinking out the box. So please join me in saying welcome, friend, to the one and only Mac Nif. Hey, welcome to the show.
Hi, wonderful introduction. Thanks for having me first and foremost. How's it going?
It's going pretty good, man. It's going pretty good, and you're welcome, man. I know that intro barely scratches the surface of your story. So what else would you like to add to that?
Other than that, what I bring to the table is just, a genuine thought process. I'm not scared to, put my thoughts, my true view of things on the beat, and express that and articulate that through my music. Sometimes people tend to be trendy. I don't got to go with the trend. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with what I'm feeling specifically. As long as I got people that connect with that, that kind of pushes me forward to keep going.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So what's been weighing on your heart and mind lately as you continue to evolve as an artist?
Just pushing the needle forward. As an artist, I wear many hats. I deal with everything from, setting up the shows, marketing, promotion, handling the business aspect in terms of, monetizing everything, making sure that it's properly registered, where, everything from, the PROs like ASCAP, all the way down to like the publishing. I do a little bit of everything from start to finish. So, just making sure that I'm going forward at what I'm doing and still being able to juggle and maintain and balance all these things, that's the biggest thing for me. So, that's something I'm contemplating on every day. And in the midst of that, the creativity and then also being self-invested with everything also. So, I'm thinking about one thing or another, but it's all in those, area of multiple things that I do. So, yeah, that's a daily thing, just, thinking about how to keep pushing forward.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I remember being an artist and being in those exact same shoes, having to basically be the entire department of a record label, a marketing company, a promotional company, and try to be an artist at the same time. And man, let me tell you, bro, it was just too hectic. Having to wear so many hats and having to do everything myself. I'm not sure how it is for you, but from your perspective, how is that journey being responsible for every moving part that concerns your career?
It's interesting in a couple of ways. One way is that, I get to learn a lot. I have to be self-educated in order to even know where to start to do these things. It's self-rewarding in a way as well because, I dictate the actual outcome. I don't have to, necessarily rely on people to do things for me and check up on them to make sure that it gets done. I come across a lot of people that do some of these things, but, my most important thing is just making sure I work with, people that's, genuine, legitimate, and make sure that they holding up the end of the bargain. But, it's a very, very unique experience, just having the ability to learn how to do it. I'm grateful for that. At the same time, it can be, a little wear and tear on the energy, but, it's an experience that teaches me how to, be accountable for making sure that I got all these components moving in the direction I want it to.
For sure, man. When I first started, I didn't have anyone to teach me the ropes, to tell me, okay, this is step one, step two. Even the internet wasn't as vast as it is now. You got so much information. You got to do this. You got to post this. I wish that was around when I started, for real. But the first thing I did, I went to the library because it's the only thing I could think of. Where do I get the answers? Okay, the library has a bunch of books. Let me check them out. And then the second thing I did was just pick up newspapers and started reading the wanted section, like Craigslist and things like that. And I found a lot of shows that way. What were some of the first things you did as an artist trying to navigate your way through the industry?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Similar to your experience, not that far back to the point where I have to go to the library, although I did grow up in that era when we had to have library cards to get new information through books. But once I embraced this journey, it was more or less the internet, jumping on Google, jumping on Yahoo, stuff like that, just, trying to figure out, how to do this thing. And then when YouTube started taking off, that was another thing, watching YouTube videos and stuff like that. I was also a little bit fortunate to kind of get around, some people that's been around, media, entertainment, and television and stuff like that. For example, Urban Grind TV, that's one of the shows of Chicago, which is a media company as well, and the guy over there, he do a bunch of different things, and I got a chance to, learn some stuff from him in terms of working the camera, shout out to Wally, and just, kind of understanding, how networks and stuff go. Say for instance, he got a deal with Viacom or whatever, so he get his show actually on the TV. So I've been featured, on a television cable network out of Chicago, actually on TV and stuff like that. And learned a lot of things in terms like being able to know how to properly register my music. That's one thing I learned from him. Then I got around other people like, Megastar, shout out to him too, and kind of, had an opportunity to see behind the scenes on what it takes to, put a show together. I've learned that behind the scenes, what a lot of these guys do is, they'll put a certain amount of money up. Sometimes they'll have a partnership, but they'll put a certain amount of money up, get whatever artists, I guess, that fit that budget. So if it's a high artist at the time, get them in the building, pay them, obviously, then get everybody to come out, and what they're doing is paying to perform. So I got a chance to kind of see how people could capitalize off putting shows together, drawing crowds and stuff like that. So I had two pivotal people that's doing some things that I had opportunity to learn from, but everything in between, I had to once again, hit up Google, hit up YouTube, read ebooks and, all these different things in order to try to figure out, how to be professional in this industry. There's a lot of people that want to embark on, the artistry, but at the same token, to be taken seriously, to have a high quality body of work and be considered professional in it, that's a whole nother set of things that, has to be checked off on the list of artistry. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And shout out to Megastar, man. I had a chance to interview him once and met him once in person in Memphis at a Twister concert. So, yeah, shout out to that brother, Megastar. But also, man, I gotta address this. I'm not like 70 or 80 years old, like back in my day. No, man, this was like 2000s. I was in the library. I was just, poor, man. I didn't have, a reliable internet source at home. It was more so the AOL CD disc, and I was out of minutes. So the next best thing was go to the library. But yeah, man, no, not too far back. It was like, oh yeah, dinosaur days. No, man, it's 2000.
I got you. Hey, we might be around the same age, because when I was a kid, man, I think that was when the internet was first actually made public. So you had to type in the www.
Yeah.
Dial up. You had to connect the landline to the phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Screechy noise to connect. Yeah, I grew up in the area as well, for sure.
Yeah, man. Mom pick up the phone, the whole internet shut down.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So what would make what you're doing today, even right now, more enjoyable for you as an artist?
When I perform, the feedback I get from the people, I get people also online from across the world that, show love, and interact with my music, videos, my posts and stuff like that. It's just surprising to see how it can be people from, Africa, Europe, India, Asia, England, all these different places, that can kind of find me through my music and give some, good positive feedback. Another thing that kind of keep me, excited about is when I perform. For example, I did a show, once again, this was a thing that was put together through Mexico. He had a birthday bash, but he also had a artist search going on for the National Fleet DJ Coalition. Mm-hmm. And, my mentality was just get in there, have fun, make sure, my supporters that came out to support me, have fun. That was my big goal for the night. But I actually ended up winning that competition and got selected as a Fleet DJ artist. So, moments like that, when I get good feedback from the people, good energy that's reciprocated from what I'm putting out, that's one of the things that I love mostly about it. Creating an art is also something I enjoy because it's a form of therapy. But getting that feedback from people, it's invaluable. Man. It's a great feeling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what does out the box mean for you?
So out the box is, my way of, communicating to the world that, some of my thoughts and views is not average. I was, able to be gifted certain information that kind of helped me, and not to sound cliche, but, helped me to kind of acknowledge, what the matrix is, what it is to not see past what we taught, whether it's through institutions, whether it's, through traditions and stuff like that. But for us to be able to, critically think for ourselves and think about things if it actually makes sense, in the reality that we want to be in versus us just going with the flow or whatever, once again, trendy at the time. So, I got a lot of thoughts and views that's, could be arguable to some people because, they wasn't, fortunate enough to get certain information. So in my opinion, some people might still think, pretty basic about certain things versus, having a higher level of thinking. And I'm not scared to express that or show that within the music, as, a rap artist. Where I come from, it's a lot of stuff that I could talk about as far as, the hood and what come with that. But, I'm not scared, nervous, or, intimidated to say, hey, I'm actually smart, and what I can do is, use my vocabulary skills and my thoughts and views and express that, in an intelligent way on the track as well. And I kind of just mix it up, with the whole, flow of where I came from in my environment and the culture that I came up in and, how I used to be. I can kind of mix it up. So in a way, man, I kind of feel like I'm the middleman to the game. I'm that dude that could be the smart guy, but at the same token, I could bring to a level where people, who not as, inclined intellectually can still get it and still get motivated and say, hey, you know what, I could transition to. You feel me? So I think that's out the box for sure.
Man, I wish we could push that mentality in our schools, Say, hey, man, acting dumb and, I know nobody want to be labeled a geek or a nerd, but if you really think about it, all the geeks and nerds have all the money, all the businesses, and they're not the type to say, okay, being smart is a handicap. No, man, it's a superpower. And I wish we could just push that mentality in our schools today. And I think we'll have so many young people excelling if they just embrace their smartness instead of like, oh man, yeah, I'm not gonna raise my hand, I'm gonna sit in the back of the class and look cool.
Right, absolutely. And you know what, man, to be honest with you, I think that it's more people than we know that's, actually embracing that form of, higher thinking. It's just that, in today's media, it's only select things are being publicized and pushed. That's why, back in the day when we had, certain groups, like I'm trying to think of the name, but the group that Flavor Flav came from, you know what I'm saying? And just not just that, but your Lauryn Hills, your Erykah Badu's, we always had some type of balance and positivity. We also had a ratchet form of entertainment, but we also had a positive balance, with people that came with thought-provoking, messaging, like Nas, KRS-One and all these different people that brought that intellect to the game as well. So in a way, I'm kind of bringing that back in my own way, but through my own experiences and my own point of view, my own lens, if you will.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you grew up on like Jay-Z and Jadakiss, right?
That was definitely part of the group, Diplomats as well, but yeah.
Yeah. Let's say if you didn't grow up listening to those cats like that, who put some thought into their rhymes and may have picked up a, man, I don't want to say any names, that may be disrespect. Let's just say can't say that either. Let's say choosing an artist that doesn't really care about lyrics or certain concept. They're just doing whatever they feel like doing and say, hey, this is party music. It is what it is. Do you think your music or your thought process would have been a little different if you had not chose artists who were intricate like Jay-Z and Jadakiss?
Not necessarily, because my grandpa, he was a poet. He was really good. He was prophetic at what he did. And he was always very intelligent on how he put his poetry together. He used to sell poems, so that's an art. And that's one thing that I actually adopted from him. I started off doing poetry, and eventually it translated into music, into rap. So, just the whole way I come up on the track, it's, from an authentic, place within myself. It's not like I just heard rappers and said, all right, I want to start performing, but it was kind of something that was in me already, and I just kind of translated that to the style of rap.
All right, cool deal. All right, guys, we're about to jump into the single Out the Box. This is the clean mix, and then we'll be right back to put Mac Nif in our traditional hot seat to where he gets to perform for us, whether that's rapping, singing, poetry, spoken word, telling a joke, telling a story from his life, playing an instrument, giving advice, or doing nothing at all. That is cool as well. But for right now, here it is, Out the Box. Stay tuned.
SDP, you tripping.
Hey, so now they came straight out the box. I'll pull up around the clock. If it's business, then send me the drop. Get the picture before you get cropped. That fire came straight out the box. All that hate, it get you popped. Had to look within for self-affirmations. Last time I got locked, them products came straight out the box. Guys, eyes are around the clock. If it's business, to send me the drop. Get the picture before you get cropped. That Draco came straight out the box. All the hating it get you popped. Had to look within for self-affirmations. Last time I got locked, we be thinking outside the box. She say I'm unorthodox, talking over their head in a helicopter, but I started somewhere on the block. They look at me crazy, I put down the beef. I'm talking about cow, don't put down my heat. They beg for war when you pushing a piece. I can't with those that prey on the weak. Heat up the gym, tiptoe on my feet. Jump rope, then jump on the beat. Too many thoughts, I barely could sleep. Astral projecting the future to be. Shroom got me wavy, I'm drinking some tea. Sauce on the like Cubans, we link. Talking in Spanish while serving the streets. Low key, might pull up in the G. If it's smoking the Eden like Jeepers, we creep. They be too short, we be out of their reach. Swing in the mist, they midgets to me. Numb on them, no feelings in me. Ice cold like the temp on freeze. Template, skate off like I ski. I be having that eye like Chong and cheese. Got love for those who got love for me. Tonight came straight out the box. I pull up around the clock. If it's business, then send me the drop. Get the picture before you get cropped. That fire came straight out the box. All the hate, it get you popped. Had to look within for self-affirmations. Last time I got locked, them products came straight out the box. Guys, eyes are around the clock. If it's business, then send me the drop. Get the picture before you get cropped. That Draco came straight out the box. All the hate, it get you popped. Had to look within for self-affirmations. Last time I got locked, I never been stuck on the block. Smokers out on the mountaintop. In Colorado at Estes Park, that's one of my favorite spots. It's crazy we came from the trench. In the blink we get turned like a wrench. On demon time with them sticks. If they test it, they see how we get. Members only rap game. I was rapping them grams, going insane. Count till I got finger pains. Trap, it had me stuck on my waist. Cussies coming like Walking Dead, up all night for the next wave. Story get deep like scuba gear. Most rappers like the ride waves. Can I be average? I grew from a savage. Live like a king, divine like magic. Switching them cars, mostly in traffic. Trying to get better, I treat it like practice. Come from a place where it could get tragic. Hope for the best, but know it could happen. It could be music or choppers blasting. Life is a treasure, live like it's lavish. I came straight out the box. I pull up around the clock. If it's business, then send me the drop. Get the picture before you get cropped. That fire came straight out the box. All the hate get you popped. Had to look within for self-affirmations. Last time I got locked, them products came straight out the box. Guys, eyes are around the clock. If it's business, then send me the drop. Get the picture before you get cropped. That Draco came straight out the box. All the hate, it get you popped. Had to look within for self-affirmations. Last time I got locked.
All right. Again, that was Out the Box by Mac Nif. Dope record. Let's go ahead and bring them back. Yo, you're back live with us and in our hot seat. What are you going to perform for us?
So I just want to, say a couple of words. You just definitely got some of my latest music. So, no cap, man. That's the best the performance is going to get as far as right now. But what I do want to say is, in life, challenges are promised. But guess what? They help us, to build our character, build resilience, just as long as we have intrinsic motivation, a high level of dedication, a certain level of optimism, then, we can accomplish whatever our dreams are. Whatever we want to do, it's right in our palms. Sometimes we just got to, kind of embrace it. And if it's in our reach, we just got to grab it. So I just want to be, a motivational force to whoever, and whatever your endeavors are. I learned that, success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So whatever you choose to do, put your all into it, have a high level of dedication, and guess what? You're going to be successful. It's guaranteed. You do the work, that's the formula, and you can have whatever in your dreams.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. Where can our listeners connect with you online?
So the most simplest way to catch up with me is my website, which is going to be macnif.com. That's MACNIF.com. On Instagram, you can go ahead and follow at MacNif_YG. And then last but not least, Facebook, Mac Nif the artist. If you forget all of that, just Google Mac Nif, MACNIF.
All right. Well, thank you so much, man. We will have those links in the description of this episode, so all you guys have to do is just click the links, check out more awesome music, and get to know Mac Nif. All right, man, it was a pleasure having you on. We wish you much success, and have a great night.
I appreciate you for having me.
Salute.
Hey, what's up, long time? I forgot to mention that, by the way, this is Deanie, Vigilantes Radio Live. VP of Operations for Busy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony, blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, Only One Theory dropped a new single. It is called La Jefecita. It's on Spotify. As a matter of fact, it's on all major platforms. You should check it out right now. Oh, and by the way, there's also a visual on YouTube. It's hot. Check it out today. onlyonetheory.com. Check that out too. Peace.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio Live. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/onlyonemedia group, Spotify, Castbox, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, the app Podcast Addict, or over at our website, which again is onlyonemediagroup.com. And that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you like to request music or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. That is V as in Victor. And here's my disclaimer. We are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually scratch all of that, because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Just kidding. On behalf of myself, Denny, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word, because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok, at all social media sites, as well as Spreaker, YouTube. We always follow back. Okay, well, just remember to put yourself into everything that you do and never stop investing in yourself. Peace, love, grilled cheese, and talk with you later.
Last time I got locked, I never been stuck on the block. Smokers out on the mountaintop. In Colorado at Estes Park, that's one of my favorite spots.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.
What's up, guys? It's Dini, and I want to welcome you on a journey of the heart and of the mind. These Fucking Feelings podcast is a beacon in the world of mental health advocacy, and it invites you to join a conversation that's changing lives. We are here to share, listen, and grow together. Led by the passionate Micah Bravery, alongside the insightful Rebecca and Crystal. This award-winning podcast dives deep into the human experience, from navigating relationships to coping with loss. No topic is off limits. It's about real stories and real emotions. These Fucking Feelings is more than just a show. It's a community, a place where vulnerable isn't just accepted, it's celebrated. You can find it across major platforms, including YouTube and Facebook Watch. This podcast is a touchstone for anyone seeking understanding and support. These Fucking Feelings podcast, where every emotion is valid and every story matters. Tune in and transform the way you see mental health.